Emotional intelligence, self-assessment, and analysis. So, emotional intelligence is defined as the ability to identify, comprehend, and manage one's emotions and influence the emotions of others. So, it also includes the management of self and relationships with others. And emotional intelligence is actually twice as important as regular intelligence and technical skills for leadership success. So, mastering it is required for a career advancement. Self awareness, self regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills are the individual characteristics that make up emotional intelligence. And as a whole, it buffers the experience of stress and promotes effective communication. So, obviously, it's important for leaders to develop their own emotional intelligence. So, I completed an emotional intelligence assessment called Everything Disc Agile EQ, and it's published by John Wiley and Sons. It's a validated, adaptive online assessment that measures your emotional intelligence mindsets. The results of the assessment help one learn about responses and interactions. It helps people recognize opportunities to stretch beyond what comes naturally to them. And it also helps a person gain actionable strategies to become more agile in their approach to social and emotional situations. So let's take a look at the results of my assessment. So here we see my results represented on this disc circle, this disc map that's divided into four quadrants. And you can see that based on my score, I am a D disc style, which means I'm dominant. That's kind of my characteristic. So the emotional intelligence mindsets that I express very easily are the ones that kind of appear in color on the map. So that would be resolute, self-assured, and dynamic. And I wasn't surprised by any of these, especially self-assured. Self-assured means I have the courage to take charge. I like to make myself heard. I'm also dynamic. I rally people to take action. I jump on opportunities. And I'm resolute in that I persist through resistance and speak up about problems. Other people respect my candor. They feed off my confidence. They usually follow my lead, but sometimes they might find me intimidating. Now, what surprised me about my emotional intelligence scores is that the objective mindset is actually something that is seen as something that I have to stretch to actually express. It's harder for me to be objective according to this assessment. And I've always thought of myself as being very objective because this mindset is represented by separating facts from emotions and usually keeping discussions focused on logic. And I always felt that I was very logical. Even though I might be considered dynamic, I still always thought that I could recognize the facts and would let the facts speak for themselves and try to leave emotions out of it. So I found that surprising. Next, let's take a look at how my emotional intelligence impacts my preferred leadership style, which is the servant leadership style. So, first, let's talk about servant leaders. And they are people that form meaningful, long lasting relationships in order to serve their followers. They listen, they're empathetic, and they have a deep awareness of others. Servant leaders are focused on empowering and unlocking the potential of their followers. And servant leadership characteristics, therefore, are really only effective if expressed by an emotionally intelligent leader. because in order to be emotionally intelligent, you have to be empathetic, right? And that's what a servant leader is. A servant leader wants to find out about their followers, find out what their hopes, their dreams are, and that requires good communication skills, empathy. It requires really digging in and being invested in relationship with their followers. And so, of course, the more emotionally intelligent you are, the easier it is to be a servant. But there are some opportunities I have for growth when it comes to emotional intelligence. And I think we can look at the map to get information on areas that I need to focus on, maybe be more attuned to when working with other people. One of those is the receptive mindset. So the receptive mindset is about staying open to others' ideas and being willing to compromise or set aside my own needs and preferences. And I find that really hard, especially when I know I'm right, or I know that my decisions in a problem situation, my decision is the way to go. I know that's the right answer for the situation. So it's really hard to stay open minded and to not allow my emotions to take over and to kind of shut people down. And so I know I need to be more willing to listen to their ideas and at least give it some consideration. Also, another area I need to work on is the composed mindset, meaning I need to reflect before I act, moderate my responses even under stress, and exercise diplomacy. So again, kind of after allowing people to talk and to express their ideas and their feelings, um, I need to keep my mouth shut so that they don't feel like shutting down. So they will express their feelings and their thoughts and their ideas, and make sure that I at least keep my expressions neutral, um, if not open and welcoming these insights that others provide. So it's really, both of those are really about allowing people to be heard, right? And not just um, jumping to the conclusion that my point of view is the only point of view that matters or the only correct one, listening to other people. So, how would the leaders in my portfolio project, how could they use emotional intelligence? Well, my portfolio project is about employee engagement and how it's low in the current workforce, really because most people are dispersed and they're still working from home. And so, how do you keep people engaged? Well, so one of the ways that leadership could help this is they could put themselves in the shoes of others and be more empathetic, see things from a different perspective. Um, they should put themselves in in their employees' shoes and try to figure out what is the employees, what are they lacking? What do they need from the job? Why are they not engaged? They should be the leaders should be inspirational and value teamwork, because those are the people that are effective at engaging people. Employees need to feel that their leaders care about them. Um, that'll make them feel more engaged. So engagement is closely tied to emotional intelligence. It's the emotionally intelligent leader that is going to allow the employees to feel like they're being heard. Um, they're the people who will empathize with employees' problems, difficulties, their personal situation. So they're definitely the people that will lead employees and motivate employees. And as a result, the employees will feel more engaged.